7 celebrity deaths that never happened. Hello and welcome back to another video on Behind the Screen. When celebrities die, news tends to travel fast, and in the age of the internet, rumors are easy to spread about fake celebrity deaths. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at the most notable cases of people who were literally gone before their time. Stay tuned for this fun one. Tom Kenny. You might not recognize the name or the face of Tom Kenny, but if you hear his voice, he's a household name. That's right, the voice actor is best known as the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants, but he has also worked for other children's shows on Cartoon Network. It's perhaps because of his far-reaching impact on many a millennial's childhood that his death had such an impact when it was announced as part of a clickbait hoax in 2012. Rest assured, Kenny is alive and well, currently doing voice work for background characters in Rick and Morty, most notably Squanchy. Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy has been killed off not once but twice. Once in a snowboarding accident in 2013 and then in a car crash in 2017. Although some estimates have claimed that Murphy has been falsely declared dead as many as 8 times. Some believe that Murphy was conflated with his brother Charlie, who passed away from leukemia in April 2017. The 2013 rumors may have come from desperate fans hoping that Paul Walker's accident, which happened around the same time, was also a hoax. One thing is for sure, when Eddie does leave us, no one will believe a word of it. Pope John Paul II. The undisputed king of falsely being declared dead, however, is Pope John Paul II, who was prematurely axed off not once, not twice, but 3 times before his actual death in 2005. The most recent example happened 2 days beforehand. Fox got their wires crossed and believed the terminally ill Pope was already dead. The first time was the result of poor wording and even poorer timing. After a botched assassination attempt in 1981, a report from CNN for some reason kept referring to Pope in the past tense, leading some to believe the assassination had been a success. You'd think that CNN would have learned their lesson after that, but in 2002, a great number of their obituaries were prematurely leaked to the website, including one of His Holiness, claiming that he had died in 2001. The Queen may have 2 birthdays, but only the Pope can die 4 times. Speaking of which, we have another favorite celebrity death troll, Queen Elizabeth. Just after Christmas 2016, rumors of a media blackout in the United Kingdom snowballed on Twitter, somehow getting twisted into reports that the Queen herself had died. A fake BBC News account tweeted a picture confirming the rumor, which only added fuel to the fire. To be fair, the Queen had been ill over the Christmas period, and this was back in 2016 when celebrities were dropping like flies. So it is possible that people believed the Grim Reaper was going for the final boss. While the Queen remains in good health, celebrating her 93rd birthday and her 72nd wedding anniversary this year, reports that George Michael and Carrie Fisher had passed away earlier that same week sadly turned out to be true. Mark Twain. Next, we go on a day and age when it was so much harder to create fake rumors about celebrities dying, but don't expect people cared back then. This trend of faulty reporting of celebrity deaths long predate the internet. Mark Twain, who is one such example, was widely reported to be on his deathbed just under 13 years before he actually was. In reality, it was Twain's cousin that was seriously ill, which newspapers then spun into a scoop that claimed Twain was dying. Twain telegrammed a friend to let him know he was alright, signing off with one of his most famous and often misquoted quips: "The report of my illness grew out of his illness. The report of my death was an exaggeration." The story even has a happy ending. According to Twain, his cousin made a full recovery. Barbara Bush. When there's an announcement that someone's dying, however, sometimes they really are dying. That said, there's still such a thing as jumping the gun. When the Bush family released a press statement announcing that former First Lady Barbara Bush was on her deathbed, CNN of course drafted an obituary titled "Do Not Publish" in very big letters. Naturally, someone published it, and Barbara Bush was reported dead a whole 2 days too early. Fortunately, the obituary had chosen to remember her as a witty, gregarious matriarch that propelled 2 relatives to the White House. Not everyone's obituary ends up being quite so warm. Nelson Mandela. And finally, how can we exclude Nelson Mandela from the list of fake celebrity deaths being reported? By far the strangest and most famous of deaths that never actually happened was that of Nelson Mandela. When the news broke that he had actually died in 2013, many were baffled, convinced he had already died in prison years prior, with some even going so far as to cite seeing his funeral on TV. This has given rise to the so-called Mandela effect, a testament to the frailty of human memory, where people remember things that never actually happened, or at least not the way they think. It's perfectly possible that they are remembering the deaths of other black activists like Martin Luther King Jr. or Malcolm X, or possibly conflated Mandela's death with his release in 1990. But as we all know, the only rational explanation is that we all died in 2012 and traveled to a parallel world where the Monopoly guy doesn't have a monocle. Any celebrity death trolls you can recall? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.